Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Podcast. My name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick.
What's up, everybody?
Right now, we're joined with the most recent Majestix 1K Open Series winner, Richard Medina. He has not only won the Majestix Open Series, he got second place at Team Worlds last year. He's won a bunch of WKOs, a bunch of super qualifiers. Just an all-around great player.
What's up, Richard? This is where you say hi.
Hello.
What's up, buddy?
So he's driving right
Richard,
now.
Yeah, Richard's driving, so he's
Yeah,
being
I'm
safe.
Yeah,
Your hands free, right, Richard?
Indeed, I am.
Oh, excellent.
So, all right, champ, Mr. Lex, the celebrity Lex. We call it the celebrity Lex team.
Sexy
So,
Lexi.
is it did you supplant George as the premier Lex player now?
I don't know about that. I play it a lot.
You what?
I like Lex.
You like Lex? Well, so what is it about the Lex that you find leans to your playstyle best?
It doesn't get killed, man. It's undying stuff that hits hard.
This is true. Yeah. So the centrifuge, for you guys don't know, it's the uncommon Lex from Trinity War with the centrifuge token, right?
Subterfuge, yeah.
Subterfuge token. And if he hasn't attacked an opposing character, he has that.
The token.
What is it? Token. Yeah. So what is it you told Ryan? He doesn't own the walls.
Richard.
Hey there, buddy.
Trinity War. Yeah, it was made before
Uh-oh. It's breaking up.
Yeah, we're kind of breaking up. Nah, but Lexu was made before IDs, so they didn't understand, like, Lex can attack via IDs and keep the token, essentially.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. He made it. Lex was out before IDs were a thing.
Yeah.
So now, that's actually really good.
Yeah, that's a good point. Being that it wasn't designed to calling in huge 175 point Phoenix Busters.
Phoenix Buster MVP. So, how did the process of this team come about?
I played versions of it in the past before, in past like Super Qs.
Oh, there we are.
And eventually I kept just trying to make it so less points are given away. So I went away from Atomica to Heroclix.
Because the original version, the original version had an Atomica, and did you have two Atomicas or one?
Just one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Parallax is a much needed addition to it, giving the invincible.
So it helps you fight the shredders, right?
Yeah, invincible from Parallax shuts down the shredders, and it makes the Phoenix Buster work.
Oh, that's right. Why? Yeah, explain why.
Yeah, without Parallax and Perplexion down the stats, the Phoenix Buster has a pulse wave of 5, and it hits Lex.
Ooh. So you perplex down the range. That makes sense.
That's cool. That's a nice little trick. And
like
for
it.
those that don't know, it's an 11 for 5, right? And it's a giant.
Yes, it sees over walls. It does penetrating damage to like colossals and people with resources.
So I've seen this a couple times, and he's like, this is like one of his the favorite tricks he does. He'll running shot with the Phoenix Buster, hit a whole bunch of colossals, and you're like, well, they're doing it's only one, and then you read the trait. If they're giant or colossal symbol, they take penetrating or cosmic, right? So they all the colossals die from the pulse wave, on top of the regular guys taking 1 damage. So you pulled that off against Robert, Rob Gallagher in the top 8, right?
Yeah, got his group and all the cues.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
so that
rough.
made it easier now because now they don't have to worry about the die manipulation. He's up on points, and you just got to worry about mix. And actually, at that point, they can't actually do anything because once you clear the walking woods, there's no one else to lock you down anymore.
Yeah.
So that was that's really funny. But the other cool thing that you do with the team is if you can't poof the ID cards, there he is.
There he is. What's up, buddy?
I'm trying to the car and it's not really working. Just fucked.
But one of the tricks is the bat signal. That's you've been doing the pogs go like they surround the bat signal, and then when the time is right, you call Lex back and the ID disappears, right?
Indeed. Just go across the map was carried by a giant girl calling someone. One of the pogs just bat signals away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty cool, huh? And then on top of that, if Giant Girl dies, he just puts the second sin on one of the pogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really ingenious because you need to get to the second click, which is prob and running shot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, See, that prob's very important on the team.
Do you think now that you should take Wrath off of it and put which is the one that perplexes resources, the guys with resources?
Greed.
Don't you think you should put Greed instead? Because you don't need Wrath, like, right? Your Giant Girl always dies, so you don't need anything else other than because that gives you an extra perplex, right?
It does. I like the ability to shut down, shape change if I need to.
Okay. Because I feel like you're not gonna use that because Hulk gets through that and all your pulse waivers get through that. So, and if you're ever gonna get that close with the Pog, the thing's just gonna die before it even does anything, right? So, I feel like you should be staying in the back 6 or 7 squares out and then just using the sidestep for the perplex afterwards. But I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because you're just using it to get the second click anyway. But anyway, so what was so for those that don't know, let's go over the list that he played.
All right, so he had where is it? Trinity War, Uncommon Lex, number 33, is it correct?
Yeah.
Along with Parallax, from Warlight, and the Justice League ATA, which is a 1.1, which gives you +1 defense against Indom, Sharpshooter, the Wing Symbol, and a Giant, correct?
Yes.
He had a 10-point Uncommon Giant.
What was that? That's you, Richard.
Yeah, that was the most
He also had a 10-point Giant Girl, 2 Protesters, a Trucker, and a Superfan. What set were those bystanders from?
Fear Itself.
Fear Itself. And then a Bat Signal, and then the Pandora's Box with the Lust Relic and the Wrath Relic. 30 points of IDs. So you had a Shield level 7, Shield level 7, an Iron Man, Batman, Green Arrow, and the War Machine.
It looks like interesting. It looks very weird, right? But then if you look what he has, it's just a lot of pulse waivers.
Yeah. So for the Shield level 7, you were using obviously Nick Fury, right, and the Hulk,
Hawkeye.
Yes.
And Hawkeye. So
did you have
no Hawkeye?
Oh, not Hawkeye.
I actually was supposed to have like 2 War Machines. Only had 1 on me.
What did you have? Quasar?
Like, no.
Oh, okay, because that's another pulse waiver too.
The Iron Man ID, which you called in the Phoenix Buster, correct?
Yeah.
Because the real name on the Phoenix Buster is Tony Stark, which is awesome. And then the Batman one, which I was I was interested in, you had Murder Machine because real name is Bruce Wayne. I saw you go through someone's team with Murder Machine. It was a beautiful thing. He just went and popped a bunch of little guys.
Yeah.
And just built up those tokens, and I was just like, that is the best calling right now.
Also, I you know what, I forgot to write it there. You have Trinity War Batman as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I put that on there, but yeah, it's Trinity War Batman should be on there. But yeah, that's a nice that Batman's a catch-all for everything.
Pick a power.
Yeah,
Batman.
and he is Perplex Prob Outwit.
Yep. And then the Green Arrow.
You don't miss.
Huh?
Trinity War Batman don't miss.
He does not miss.
Yeah, 12 attack, Perplex, and Prob. Yeah, you're gonna hit.
And then Green Arrow, of course, and then the War Machine. Which War Machine were you using from the
Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron from the movie?
Nope. The
set.
Organized
OP
play.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is brutal, man. He has it's Pulse Wave Pen Blast, correct? And Energy Explosion or whatever.
Yes, you can also take Precision Strike, and you get Prob if you multi-target.
Yeah, if you target more than one, you get Prob.
And it has triple targets.
Yeah.
7 range. That's really good.
Yeah. So a lot of times it's just pulse waving for 4, you know. But if he hits multiple people, then he has Prob on the pulse wave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's really good.
So, yeah, it's just a lot of big pulse waving stuff. But if you remember, day 1, Swiss rounds, first round was awesome start for Richard, if you remember.
Oh yeah,
Richard, what happened?
0 point loss. Trying to call out Iron Man to destroy indestructible objects.
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
That was the first round.
Oh man,
that was man. He called out. He tried to break the mirror, couldn't break the mirror. But
that's me.
Yeah,
but it happens, and it looks like you moved on pretty quickly from it and did pretty well the rest of the day. Do you remember what you faced second round?
Super Skull with Colossals.
Okay.
Was that easy?
It was pretty easy. We went to indoors. We couldn't pulse wave each other. I was able to get his support.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then
makes sense.
And then there was I remember you were telling me that you ran into, of all things, the Spider-Man from it's from the new Iron Spider from the Illuminati set, and it had an Infinity Gauntlet, and he hit you for 6.
Oh, ouch!
He actually hit Lex for 6.
Oh wow, that never happens.
How the hell did that happen?
He started to base me with plasticity, and eventually he was able to lock me down. Afterwards, I was able to sidestep breakaway, regen, big hypersonic on top of plasticity. Then couldn't catch me at all.
Dude, that was scary. And that was actually Noel. He finished in the top 16.
Yes.
So, that's pretty legit because it's a Spider-Man Infinity Gauntlet, Mr. Oz, and Mr. Terrific. So the Mr. Terrific is like a pseudo Nighthawk.
Yeah.
So, but what'd you think of the format? Like, what'd you think of the metagame when you the field you were going up against?
Random. Everything's different.
You played a different team every round, huh?
Just about, yeah.
What else? So, what other teams you played against? Ultra Chase Thanos.
Yep. I think Lockjaw was going to be bad, but Thanos was. You can just pulse wave him.
Yeah, I was going to say that it shouldn't be an issue for you with all the pulse wave and just goes right through the defense because he doesn't get any of the modifiers.
As long as you can single target him.
Yeah.
but which is what happened, and I saw that he actually left Thanos open for a pulse wave shot, and that killed him. Why you got him with the Phoenix Buster?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what else did you play against?
Shredders.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Oh yeah, you went against Keish. He was trying. Yeah, you got the peace machine from him, and then that was kind of the wrap.
Because you can't get around the invincible, right?
Yeah.
He called in Black Widow, the Prime Black Widow, but he couldn't do enough damage.
Yeah, he would had to keep going, but there's how many clicks of invincible on Parallax?
It's every other click, I think, right?
Is it every other? Yeah, it's hard to get through.
Is it on 2, 4, 6, or is it only on 2, 4?
I think it's 2, 4, and 6.
Oh yeah, so that makes it really tough because then you're gonna have to do it again somehow.
Yeah.
So
yeah. 2. Yep, you're right. 2, 4, 6.
2, 4, 6. So you need to actually get him to the last click.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really hard, especially if he has plasticity himself, so he can just leave.
And the Shredders can only deal so much damage in one turn.
Yeah. And what else? So you played against round 1. You played against the Blue Panther team. Round 2, you played against Skrull Colossals. Round 3, you played the Spider-Man.
Yep.
Round 4 was the Shredders, and round 5 was the Ultra Chase Thanos.
Yes.
Wow, that's 5 different teams. Like completely different too. And then in the top 8 you played against the I like to call it the Undying Tricksters because it's all the tricksters that have the die manipulation and they don't die because Daredevil is also there, so you got to roll 6s, which you're not. But that was the one where you did the multi pulse wave into the Groot and the Qs, so that was basically game. And interesting thing, he killed the power battery.
He did. That's the first time I've ever seen a power battery completely just destroyed.
That's crazy. I couldn't believe that. And then, and interestingly enough, it's even though you're attacking the power battery, you're not actually attacking the power battery, so he doesn't lose the subterfuge token.
Yes.
Yeah, just the power action. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's just like free points, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the top 4, you played against another different team. This time it was the Vulture team that Emilio played. And that was the one where the murder machine murdered everybody.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah, and then in the finals you went against the Super Skrull again. And you guys it was a tough battle back and forth between you guys positioning, and then
nice positioning, yeah.
And then Ryan made a mistake, and that was pretty much it after that point.
Yeah, that one little move, right? The bold move that you did.
So destroying the wall doesn't get rid of the tokens.
Yeah, and he thought it did.
Yeah, so the walls do not belong to him. Oh man.
Funny.
Yeah,
so,
no, it was good. That was a fun match to watch at the end there because I'm watching you guys literally play chess on this map, go back and forth, trying to get into position to get that pulse wave off, so you guys can try and get the momentum flowing. And
it was exactly what you were saying too. You're like it's who can get the single target pulse wave off first. And that's what it came down to. And then especially on an outdoor map, a barrier is not going to stop Phoenix Buster from pulse waving him.
No.
Yeah.
And you won map roll in the finals, correct?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
+2.
Yeah. Celebrity theme.
All you need.
Would you make any changes going forward to the team, or would you still play it in the format?
I think it's a better answer to Black Panther. I think to protect the pulse wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting thing is you can still pulse wave him. He just gets to use all of his stuff. So you can still damage him with a pulse wave. You just gotta get through all of his stuff, But I believe, he gets to use all of his powers and abilities. So he'll be able to still like imperv. He'll still be able to shape change, super senses, but you can still actually hit him. But what do you think of the metagame for this format? Is there anything interesting that you saw? You're like, wow, I want to try that, or like, wow, that could be really crazy.
Did not see. There wasn't. I think there was only. Was it one Quinjet?
There was one Quinjet. Yes.
One Quinjet. Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
And he lost. I think he went 1-4. But what do you think of the Quinjet positioned in here now?
There's so much. There's so many stat modifiers, man. The Quinjet's gonna have all time killing like these bigger guys.
Yeah.
Did you notice more like one-man armies? Did you notice some more mid-range shooters, or what do you what did you see as more predominant kind of a focus of a team build?
Tent poles.
Tent poles.
With
some like good support, but like
there's a lot of that. But if you look at the top 8, there's a lot of variety.
Yeah, there was like a couple tent poles, but it was pretty spread out, at least in the top 8. So in the top 8, the most used resource was the Star Sapphire. And that's what the shape change and the Mystics, and that doesn't affect the Lex team at all because you're just calling in pulse waving. So that obviously didn't affect you. There's one power plant with Emilio, the Vulture team. Obviously did not need to get you. Then you said the blue battery gave you some trouble.
Yeah.
Well, it's only
like the Blue Panther team.
It's only Black Panther because
the Blue
of
Panther team,
the fact
right?
You can't pulse him, and your whole strategy is to pulse wave everybody.
Yeah.
Were you always pulse waving everyone, or did you actually just like attack with some of your guys? Well, I mean Hulk, obviously, right?
Yeah, Nick Fury, Green Arrow.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah,
because you did
Hulk.
kill Nighthawk. Like that Hulk is a Nighthawk killer. It's very easy
shot.
to kill. You need a 5 and he's dead. You know, and even though he's only 5 clicks, Richard will always carry an ultra heavy to kill him for 8. Even though Hulk's already doing 5, he's like, no, I want you to take 8, even though you're only to take 5. I want you to know that I own you.
That is awesome. And just in case you guys didn't miss, ultra heavies are legal in this format. They're just retired for modern. So
just like ATAs.
Yeah,
that's why he's able to play the ATA. That ATA never came into effect, right? Because they're never attacking you.
That one Spider-Man hit. That was it, and he still hit.
Oh, that's right, because he's Indom. Oh, is it if they have Indom?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's worth a point for +1 defense if it helps, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. Especially if they're going to be playing like big, like someone's playing big Carnage and you actually get to attack, then you get the +1 because big, the 100, 200 point Carnage is there. But it looks like this is like the replacement, not replacement, but kind of like the companion to like the Mystique team. So but it's easier because you can actually lock down Lex if you have multiple plasticities.
Yeah.
So it always seems like, I know the answer is always pulse wave, right? But from the games you've played, the ones that have given you the most trouble have been the multiple plasticity guys, right?
Indeed. So I realized if you have multiple plasticity guys against you, you can push the click 2 to get hypersonic. And that can help even it out.
Okay. All right. See, that's more info right there, right? But if you fail that breakaway, then you can actually get to hit him, and he might just die. So that's one way. That's one way to deal with Lex. But all right, well, that was we just want to do a quick little recap of your event, how it went, and also you'll be writing an article for the site this week, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Perfect.
Hey, Kirsten, how many Pandora's boxes were there in this tournament?
In top 16, there was 2.
Who's the other one?
Hulks. Hulk
Oh,
and Hulks.
yeah.
Okay.
Christian with the Hulks. Yeah. Do you think Pandora's box is really nuts?
Hey, its starting points is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sidestep with a reducer and some other ability is really good. Or not, sidestep with a reflexes or deflection with some other ability is really good. So, agreed.
And the countering the shape change is pretty good.
Yeah, right now there's a lot of shape change, so that Wrath that's huge, man. I mean, definitely, especially with all the batteries playing decoy, and then mirror, and just people just having shape change in general. Like the Walking Woods have a shape change. So, what are we talking about? The Star Sapphire, that's the most popular one right now, and that gives you shape change.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, dude.
Appreciate it, Richard.
You gonna come by? Like this week or next week or what?
Yeah, I got a shot of practice for both.
Yeah. We'll test this week. Come by. We'll test for modern.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Thanks, man. Talk to you
All
later.
right, sounds good, man. Thank you.
Congrats,
buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
All right. So that was a that was a quick little interview we had with him. That's good. So now we can actually go over my favorite part.
The numbers.
Stats. So let's start by saying we had 35 players. 35 players. They came from Arizona, Colorado, NorCal, Bakersfield, and then obviously around San Diego, and then around
the local
area, SoCal, LA. So we had a good representation. We had, there's 35 players, but at least 10 people didn't make it because of something that came up.
Yeah.
So that tells you we could have easily broken 40. And for those that are keeping track, this is probably the largest event that we've had on the West Coast in a couple of years. Yeah, even more than the Pacific Northwest. And
they said they
strong. Yeah,
they had about 30 at their regional, I believe, or something.
Yeah.
But the biggest event, I think, before that was the States in Hanford a couple of years ago with like 40. So
yeah, it was
2
40,
years.
Yeah, so we've had that. Yeah, but just to note, this isn't a WizKids or Rock event. So
it's not modern.
Yeah, and it's not modern. So to me, it's even more impressive because we're not getting any support from them. It's just our own series, own circuit, and it just goes to show that the people will come out. If you build it, they will come, type of thing. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need that backing to have a successful event. You just need to have passionate players, the ground crew to really push the advertising, the hype. So and then also
Excitement.
our events are run pretty smooth. We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah. Good
judges.
Format,
the format is really, really fun. I think everybody had a good time because they got to play different. Everything's different. So, and you got to play basically anything you wanted to. People got play. I saw 2 World Breaker Hulks.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I like. Hobbit's team had 3 angels on it. The
3 Chase Angels. Yeah.
The white lantern battery.
Yeah.
So anything you want, anything you can think of, it's worth trying out. Just might work.
Yeah. So let's look at the top 8. Obviously, the first place is Richard's Celebrity Lex team, which is basically a point denial team with a tent pole with using Pandora's box to get plasticity to sidestep away, and because you need to start to turn next to Lex to attack, which you'll be very, very hard pressed to do. And he has ID cards to get his points, which he has been doing.
Yeah, it's a major point denial, but the aggression level and the ability to go out and attack is tremendous.
Yeah, because of he's calling in big guys, and they can do massive amounts of damage.
Yeah, so he's not just sitting there trying to hide and take the hits and live. He's going to punch you back really hard.
Yep. And then he's got second place was Ryan Nelson. Like I said, if we watch the video, they have really good positioning, tactical skills. So if you actually look at this from, like if you're an MMA fan and you watch grappling, and so to the casual fan, the grappling is like boring because all they're doing is kind of wrestling and looking around. But if you understand the intricacies, minutia of the grappling and how they pummel and how they get underhooks and how they sweep and how they're transitioning from like a kimura to an armbar, and then they're getting on top and they're getting half guard to full guard, things like that. That's like very exciting for someone who appreciates and watches the hardcore. Similarly here, from watching it, it looks like they're not doing anything, right? They're just sidestepping, moving around, putting up a barrier, taking pot shots here and there. But if you're looking at from a tactical positioning standpoint, from like Heroclix, it's really nice. It's really, really, really impressive to see how they're able to avoid each other and take shots here, and then getting the single target pulse wave off, and the which ID to call. It's so even though there's only like 4 or 5 figures that are really doing anything, it was pretty impressive to watch all that. So
that was against Ryan Nelson, and he was playing a zombie Scooper Scrawl with Parallax
and Nighthawk.
Nighthawk. So he was the only Nighthawk in top 8.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones everybody was afraid of was Nighthawk, but a lot of people, because Nighthawk was one of the big ones, there's a lot of people that had answers to Nighthawk. So maybe they just didn't get in because Nighthawk was too easily killed. With the no shape change and just do 5 damage to him.
Exactly.
And, Star Sapphire Power Battery, that's the most popular one, looks like. Shape change Mystics is always good. So, also, little known fact here, when you hit Super Scroll, if you don't have a way to hit him with a non-attack or pulse wave, you won't be able to kill him, because
he comes right back.
He comes right back because he deals Mystics damage, which gives him a token, his the virus token or whatever, the hunger token, which means he'll come back on the last click each time you hit him.
So it's very, very smart.
Yeah.
It's good. That's good defense right there. Third place was Emilio with his Vulture Prime. This was an impressive team.
Very, very aggressive and impressive at the same time. Yes.
Him with the power plant is like a artist with a brush, and just seeing how he's taking off in the rings. He's like, all right, this is gonna get this is gonna get that, and just goes in. I'm just like, wow. So again,
it's a Vulture team. So it's your typical, the big Tonys and the Doc Ock arms, the canister, stuff like that. But he's supplementing it with a power plant, and the Green Lantern is here to give Vulture a second win, second life. Because if Vulture dies, if they actually kill him, then Tangerine Green Lantern just brings him back, and then he can just go for one turn, which is going to be enough. Of course, he's not going to have the flurry, but with enough perplexes, he can just probably run through all the little guys. And then Ultron Jones there to call in the big ID cards like Green Arrow and Shield level 7. Bat Signal with the KC Green Lantern's a nice little addition there, because he's able to power action next to the Bat Signal to call over Vulture, which is like a super TK, because he doesn't need a TK anymore. He just calls him 8 squares up, and then he just sidesteps charges, and he's already across the map. So I'm sure that caught a lot of people by surprise if you don't kill the Bat Signal first.
Or the Green Lantern.
Yeah. So the fourth place was the Phoenix Shredders, which is a staple of the format.
Justin piloted it very well.
Very strong, very strong. He played it very well. He had a really close game against the Super Skrull in top 4.
Yeah.
And then
it was they kind of got stuck with each other, and I think they kind of came to a stalemate at the end, and Ryan was up in points.
And then we got the Undying Cap team. This is another archetype where you're just trying to point denial, but more so that you're just not killing anything, because you basically can't.
Yeah, and he went 5-0 in Swiss.
Yeah, 5-0, and then lost to the Shredders because this team is very soft to Shredders.
Yeah.
Because you can just easily get through Lockjaw and Ironheart real fast. You know.
Yeah, just ping, 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 and if they're close together, they're all taking one.
Yeah.
So
does Cap have Invincible?
I'll look.
You know, because if he has Invincible, it would be tough. He does have Invincible, but it's only for a couple squares.
Oh, first two.
Yeah.
So
first 2 clicks. Does he have? Can you outwit him, or does the gauntlet prevent him from getting?
Depends what gauntlet he has. I believe he was choosing the Iron Man one.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I think he was. He had both, I believe. I think he was switching. I'm not sure which one he chose for their game.
Well, I don't think it matters because all he has to do is get up close, and then they call him Black Widow, and then you just go after him, and then that's it. Black Widow's such a great addition to this format.
And then Robert Gallagher's Undying Tricksters.
Yep.
With the mix.
This is the Migsy, Daredevil, QQ, and then the Starfire group. It doesn't really do anything, just not die. You can't hit him basically, right? He's just not. So instead of not, he's given up points in that you can't attack, you can't hit him because he has all the die manipulation, and you'll never kill Daredevil because you need to roll 6.
He's not gonna let you roll a 6.
He's not gonna let you roll 6, and that's how he's he runs Daredevil out by himself.
Yeah. He also had Mini Slayer on the team, which I thought was a nice addition. At least to this format. Gets rid of the entities or anything.
Well, no, it's not that. He's not using it for that. He's using it for the super senses. So that clever. Yeah, because now if he has a 5 showing, then he's rolling a 5 or 6. I'm sorry, if he has a 5 or 6 showing, that's what he's gonna replace the super senses with on Daredevil.
Yep. Okay.
So he has shape change. So Daredevil has shape change super senses.
Super senses. Oh,
and Mystics.
That's good.
Yeah.
Was it Michael Broderick here has the Blue Panther?
So this is the third type of point denial type team, but they all kind of function differently. Whereas Rob isn't allowing you to hit, and Colin just you can't do enough damage because they just take one at a time. Michael Broderick is just doing what Rob does, but like on a higher level. Not higher, just on a stronger level because Black Panther is just a stronger figure by himself.
Yeah. He is more of a standalone piece versus the Daredevil.
Yeah. And he can call in stronger guys because he's 150 points. And he has protected pulse wave.
It's very helpful. And then our 8th place was Ben Billick.
Bielecki.
Bielecki, there we go.
Yeah, Lydia. And he's the only one that played a Lydia.
The one and only Lydia team.
But it made it. So he's taking your resource, taking something from your resource. He's playing Carnage at 100 with maximum Carnage. Lydia, Serta, Groot, Blue Battery, Surveil the Perplexes, and just basically just disrupting you by taking your ring or your sin or something from your gauntlet, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, you take the gauntlet. It's a sad day.
Yeah. Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's your standard. Like it's very similar to what Van was playing from before in Arizona. Like this is, they're saying Lydia's always seen over there because
of what Van plays, right?
Yeah, and because also there's a lot of everybody plays the power batteries and the resources, so she's really good to take it. And she has stop click too, so that helps. But
all right,
okay, now let's look at the 9 through 16, and then we can go to the numbers.
Okay, let me pull those up on the Majestic page so I have a better idea of what I'm talking about. So I know 9th place was the Hulk Korath team.
Oh yeah, that's Jonah was playing that, right?
Yeah, Jonah was playing that one.
So it's a Hulk, kind of like Hulk Infinite Attack team, kind of.
Yeah, it was very similar to what he played at my event, except for I believe he dropped the entities and added a main force.
Heart of the Avenger Wasp?
Yeah. He had the utility belt on the Hulk, and then everything else is pretty much the same. So pump them up, run them across the board, and
So for those, it's Korath, Hulk, Heart of the Avenger, Wasp, and then like Big Tony's and support stuff. And he has
Mr. Oz, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, he just gets infinite attacks when he keeps hitting.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have a mix, Star Fox, Groot, Nighthawk team.
This is a 10th.
10th, yeah. So
10th place is Dan Cho.
Yeah, this is the second Nighthawk, and this is the only other Nighthawk in top 16.
Oh, so it's Nighthawk, Star Fox.
Yeah, Nighthawk, Star Fox with Migs.
Okay, so well, at least there's another Nighthawk. So I mean, it's still good.
Yeah,
because but probably got outclassed with some of the other matchups. What is it? What's the battery?
The white battery.
Oh, so he's making it not even okay. So even harder to kill. Okay.
He also has a Mangog on there.
Okay.
So then we have Christian's team, the Hulks in a box.
Yeah, I wrote about this. He's playing. It's the Box Hulks Avengers theme with 2 Hulks, Fast Forces Cap from Age of Ultron, 2 Giant Girls, and Coulson. Yep. And it's just basically running across in one turn and just quaking you to death. And he has a tank on there too.
Tank is a very nice addition.
What was he, 11th?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, it should be 11th. This is 12th. This is Wes Bestchart or Bestcharts. His Undying Stars, Deadpool, Daredevil, Darwin, Joker, with the Starsat Fire Battery. So just another point denial team.
Do you know how it works? Do you know how this works? I don't know if people know how this works.
So he's playing the Prime Deadpool, and what the Prime Deadpool does is when he gets hit, it takes the damage, and then you roll the dice, and then it heals. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
He heals Daredevil. Is it half the die result?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's half.
I'm pretty sure it's half. He has Predator attached to that. So he's getting +1 combat values because he has a Starsat Fire Battery. The Daredevil, obviously you have to roll the 6, hard to hit. He has the shape change. Darwin has a couple stop clicks, and he has the Mystics along with the shape change, and it's countering any pick-up powers from any of the other entities or not resources. Well, it depends if you're choosing powers from the resource, right?
Yeah, if you have something that does that, yeah.
And then a 30-point Joker.
So there's
I miss him?
Yeah, there is a very, very important thing you're missing.
Okay.
Deadpool, unless you're doing 7 damage straight through, he never dies.
Yeah.
Ever. You know why? Do you know why? You know he's always going to be on click 1 after you hit him 100% of the time. Do you know why? Let's say you hit him for 6. I hit him for 6. By the end of it all, he's going to be in click 1. Do you know how that happens? We tested this team, almost exact list. But this is how he does it. It's really smart. Although the reason why he lost is because you can one-shot Deadpool on this team. If you have Peace Machine, Deadpool never ever mathematically cannot die unless you kill Peace Machine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the combo. This is why this format's pretty cool to see these little tricks. Deadpool says when he gets hit, whenever he takes damage after roll d6, heal half. Okay.
Yes.
The reason why he has an entity is because whenever he takes damage or whenever it clicks, you pick a power, right?
From Darwin.
Darwin damages him. Now he has to roll. Now he takes damage. He has to roll a d6.
I thought Darwin was only opposing. That's my mistake.
No, it's anybody.
Oh, okay.
So he heals. Let's say you roll a 2. He heals 1. Then you have to roll a d. Then you pick a power again. He takes the damage. Then now you roll a d6. Let's say you roll a 6. He heals 3. Now when you heal 3, you pick a power again. You pick a power. He takes damage. Now he has to roll again. Then you roll a 5 and he heals 3 again. Now he's back to click 1, and then you stop picking powers.
Ah, that's very good.
So he never dies. The problem is when Hulk comes in and hits you for 7 straight through.
Then
you're dead.
Yeah.
But if you have Peace Machine, he can only hit for 3, which means he heals back up. So, but he opted to play Daredevil instead of Peace Machine.
Okay.
Which is hard because Daredevil could sometimes die.
This is true.
So when I see moves, like Daredevil dies sometimes because okay, I'm not going to attack Deadpool because I can't kill him. So I'm just going to keep rolling until I roll the 6 and kill your whatever. And Haha is at 30 points, which means you're just not going to score points. And they're Star Sapphire battery, so you're going to have to it's like a lot of damage.
Change. Yeah.
So this is a really cool little combo. It's just if you play against, let's say, Green Arrow, then Darwin dies in one shot. Now Deadpool is open.
And then you can start picking the team apart. But yeah, no,
so
definitely.
There are so it is really hard. So if you don't have Green Arrow on your team, it's gonna be really hard. But this is a really cool concept that Wes played because this is like taking it to the extreme of like not dying. And also Darwin just happens to be really good against the Lex / Skrull teams because they can't pick powers.
Yes.
Right. So that's just happens to be another thing that it's good against. And Deadpool's X-Men, Darwin's X-Men, so they can X-heal, So.
That's true.
Okay. So what's the next one?
Ultra Chase Thanos, Lockjaw, and a Phoenix Force.
Milosh was this 13th. Yeah, so it's a cosmic theme with the Ultra Chase Thanos. This is the one he played into a top 4 at the Fresno trial where he finished 3rd.
Nice. I really like the team. It definitely has some potential. There's a couple there's a couple mistakes I saw him make. But I think it definitely could place higher with a little more finesse.
Yeah, Thanos is he's pretty good in this format. Yeah, for sure.
And it's huge. Yeah, there's not much room for IDs on this team. That's the only thing. It's just between all the fragments.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. But the fragments is giving you a lot, so Thanos is just going to have to be your attacker.
Yeah. Lockjaw can too, because you're going to give him a Cyclops, so he's going to have RCE too.
Yeah. So. And then again, another version of the Shredder, Phoenix Shredders.
That's Quiche, right?
Yeah, that was Quiche. She got 14th place.
That's good.
Yeah, very good. And then this is the Spider-Man team you were talking about.
15th, yeah. That's cool.
With the Infinity Gauntlet.
This is the only Infinity Gauntlet in the top 16.
Nice, yeah. It's a good resource.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then it was the Black Panther 250-point Mudman with
that's Nate Ibanez.
Yeah, Nate Ibanez.
Played a
Blue Panther.
The Blue Panther, which is what he played at last year's event. And everybody, it looks like it's really weird how the format has changed because there was only 3 different batteries in the top 16. It's almost all sapphire and blue with one white.
Yep.
Whereas previous events, it was yellow and indigo everywhere.
Now, everyone was playing the yellow battery.
It's crazy. Now it's just pink and blue. It's crazy, huh? How things have changed. Well, blue, because you're combining it with the die manipulation with Mixie and all them, because they can re-roll the emotional spectrums. They can re-roll a D6 on your opponent's turn.
Yeah. So
you're getting more chances at your rollouts. But okay, let's go with the stats. What do you got?
So, as you were saying, the number 1 most played resource was the Star Sapphire. The second most played resource were the Phoenix Force and the Blue Battery. There was 2 Pandora boxes, 1 power plant, 1 utility belt, 1 white power battery, and 1 Infinity Gauntlet.
Nice.
So that's 8 different resources, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 8 different resources out of 16 teams. That's not bad. 2 Nighthawks. I know that was a big thing that people were worried about. So
yeah.
Maybe hearing there's only 2, you're not gonna.
I wonder if there were more in the tournament. They just didn't make it in.
Yeah.
I need to check because we did have 35 players, so we don't.
Yeah. So less than half the field made top 16.
Yeah.
So.
But there is the Mr. Terrific is like a pseudo Nighthawk
Yes.
because he makes it rule of 1, which is actually really good too. So and he's also 15 points less.
So we'll say like 2.5 Nighthawks.
Yeah. I guess he would be half a Nighthawk because you only get +1.
Yeah. So and it hurts you too.
Yeah. But if you can get a +1 and they get a +1, it's like a net. There's
like
no
it balances out.
It balances out. It's just that Nighthawk is one-sided, so it's kind of cool. I mean, it kind of makes sense for Mr. Terrific, right? Because his thing is called fair play.
Exactly. Dude, I love the flavor text. So then 1 Lydia.
Yeah.
And then
That's
we'll go down the Lydia. So the objects in the top 8 were 3 bat signals, 1 Joker canister, 1 mini slayer, and then 1 mirror. Outside of the top 8, there was another mirror, 2 gamma bombs, 1 Mjolnir, and 1 venom harness.
2 gamma bombs. Oh, was Dan playing Mjolnir on his Star Fox?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that gamma bomb, I forgot about that. Oh man, totally forgot. Yeah, gamma bomb is a thing. That's one way to deal with terrain. It also means that if they have anything little, they have to move. They have to move out of the way, or else they're going to die.
Exactly. Or if their KC's sitting there, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. What about?
But then it does take a couple turns for it to tick down. So.
Yeah, it does. It's going to take like 5 turns.
Yeah. So there's 18 different IDs used in top 8.
Yeah.
The number 1 was the Green Arrow. 6 people.
Oh wait. Why don't you combine it with top 16?
Okay.
You have it?
Yeah. Still 6 people used Green Arrow. No one outside of top 8 used a Green Arrow.
Okay. Interesting.
Or at least that were in the top 16 that I noticed. Yeah. I might have missed it. Level 7, 4 people out of
had multiples.
Only one of them, which was Richard. We saw 1 Wanted, 1 Ant-Man, 1 Rusty, 1 Miss Marvel. Oh, excuse me, 2 Rusties, 1 Hank Pym, 1 Adam, 5 Cyclops Student, Hawkeye, Storm Wanted, War Machine, Iron Man, Batman, Black Canary, Banshee, Black Widow, Beast. Those are the ones that were in the top 8. Then this expands out to the top 16, which is all new. Wolverine, the Harley Quinn, Flash, Jean, Superman, and Chambers. So there's 25 different IDs used in top 8 or in top 16.
25 different. That's really good.
So much better than seeing the 3 same IDs all the time.
Just see,
Oh,
here's Jean, here's Cyclops, here's Wolverine.
Yeah. There's 2 Parallaxes, 2 Ions. And then the other one.
Ion, huh? Oh yeah, that's right.
The one that Wes was using.
Predator. So there were only 4 entities?
5.
2 Parallax, Ion, Predator, and what was the other one?
Yeah, 2 Parallax, 2 Ion.
Oh, 2 Ion.
Yeah, both Shredder team had.
Oh, yes, right, because both Shredders. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything else. I was going through it kind of quick, but I think I got them.
2 repeat teams.
Yeah.
Like 2 repeat archetypes.
Yeah.
I guess you could.
Guys.
We can put the D6, like the undying manipulation thing. I think we could put that under 1. So there were like 2 of them that had that, 2.5 if you count Migsy. But the tentpole guys, it's what? Thanos, Lex, and Super Skrull.
Super Skrull, yeah.
Oh, and then the 250 Panther.
Okay, yeah. Is that not Point Denial though?
No, I'm saying tentpole.
Okay, tentpole.
Where they just relying on one guy, and then the 150 Panther, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 150 Panther too.
Yeah. It's got to be half. It's got to be at least half of the list.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, so what do you think about the Captain America though on the Undying team?
Oh,
because he comes out to 150 points.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He is. That's a tentpole too, because he's 150 points. Yeah. Anything that takes up half of your list has to be tentpole because that's half of your team.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to angle your camera down. It's like kind of facing your ceiling.
All right.
No, you're good. I want you to be comfortable, Pat. The Vulture team is like an aggro team.
So we got so it's like there are two Hulk teams and Vulture are the ones that were like the fast teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Spider-Man is another tentpole.
It is, yes.
Because he's 145, but you're giving him the gauntlet.
So he comes out to what, 185?
Yeah, because he's the only one that gets it. So
yeah, and he's good because he gets like flurry and he has all those powers.
Yeah, he can like move. Like he can move, and then when he moves, he can do close as free. So he can just flurry. That's pretty solid. But in the aggro department, we got it's just Vulture, two Hulks, the two Hulk teams.
And the two Hulk teams, yeah.
Is there anything else that were like anything that was like fast like that? And surprisingly, no Sam Cap, right?
There's no Sam Cap teams. Yeah, I'm looking. The Spider-Man team's kind of quick. No, never mind. I was thinking of something else. It's Moira. I was thinking it was someone was a carrier.
Yeah, it's got to be something where they're running up
fast.
Like attacking you a bunch of times, right? Like Vulture attacks you a bunch of times. The Hulks attack you a bunch of times.
It's definitely a tent pole. Yeah. Then the Shredders.
Yeah.
And that's its own archetype. And then the Undying, Shredders, and the Aigra teams and the tent poles. So like four different types.
What do you think? Because our next one will be
Lydia team, right?
Yeah. So I think there will be more disruption. Like in December. So our the next one's December. So there'll be X-Men animated and WWE and another Star Trek that will be out. But we'll have trials in between. What do you think? Do you think there'll be some changes to how people approach it? Because now we know what the initial scene looks like.
I think people will be ready for. I think you're going to see a lot more Lexes. I think people will be ready for Lex.
Yeah. That's true.
I think you're going to see a couple more Super Scrolls.
Yeah, obviously, right. The top two teams were that.
Well, I think people were still kind of unsure about Super Scroll, being that he hasn't been in the format yet, so they weren't too sure what to expect.
Yeah.
I think depending on some of the bigger figures in the X-Men, you might see a new tentpole figure.
Yeah.
You're probably going to see some Iceman.
Yeah, X-Men might be a thing, huh?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to choose from. No.
And you got some good X-Men ATAs.
Dude, what do you think of the Arizona guys representing, man?
Arizona guys
are
legit.
four out of the top 8 and 5 out of the top 16. Am I right?
I believe that was Yeah.
Wow.
They showed up and represented.
Yeah. And I think only 6 of them. There were only 6 of them
that came. Yeah.
And 5 of them top 16.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And one of them in top 4.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, I know the next they're doing like their event in October.
Okay, yeah. Did they move the date?
We should go October 19th.
Okay.
Dude, if you can like come down here, we'll go.
Oh.
Come down here and then we'll go.
All right, let me talk to the wife. The 19th.
October. That's a long time.
I was like, oh, dude, we're still in August. It feels like so long away.
Yeah, got time to work the magic.
There you go. I do what I do.
Yeah, that's cool because now me and you get to play.
What? What? That never happens.
Get to play, dude. That means we can come up with some. I got some crazy. I got more ideas because the ruling on the Hulks. Like Alex and I were like, man, that's really how it works. Because if that's the case, then there's some really broken stuff that you can do based on that ruling applied to other things.
Yeah. Like that opened a door for a lot of other things. If that's how it's.
I like, yeah. The fact that when he quakes when he quakes, he gets to trigger Korath's ability for each guy he hit. So he gets to move that many times. So. If he quakes and hits 3 guys, he gets 3. The Korath trait triggers 3 times, which means Hulk gets to move 3 times, which he gets to quake 3 times, right?
Yeah.
But if each one he's doing is quaking 3 more guys, it's just exponentially going higher. So then the next time he gets to attack 9 times, and then the next one's 27, and then like 81, and then it just keeps going, which turns into infinity.
Yeah, and that works in modern too, if I'm correct, right?
Yes. So he just keeps, provided he still hits, right? But even if he misses, if he still, like, if you get to 9 times, fine, you hit 1 time. Like, say you miss 8 times, and you hit the 9th time, that triggers 3 more times.
Exactly.
Which each thing will trigger 3 more times, which means you can just like kill the board. So like even if they
it's like saved up probs basically.
Yeah, like so like if they rolled super senses or imperv, you're like, cool, I got 8 more attacks.
Yeah.
They roll. Let's say they roll it like 5 in a row. Cool, I got 4 more. And then you hit, and then they eventually start to go down.
And even if they roll the imperv, it still counts as a hit.
So then
you're still getting another attack.
Exactly. So then so the only thing that really stops is super senses.
Yeah. But then you still have hit 3 times already.
Yep.
Yeah.
So based off that ruling, which I don't agree with that whole thing. I think that should just trigger once. Like, it should be when he hits, it just triggers once. He gets to quake. He quakes 3 guys, but he just gets to move 1 time.
Yeah. Counts as a hit for the group.
Yeah. But if based off of that, if it's that, then there are some other rulings. There are some other similar abilities that would trigger that many times as well. So, we'll see if that works.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna bring that to Arizona.
All right.
You gotta be ready.
They're just like,
let's hope.
Super senses.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun event. We we did the top 8. We did the top 8 on Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the stream. The stream looked really good. The pictures, the coverage, Instagram, everything was there. The pricing, first place got $400, second place got $200, third and fourth got $100 each, fifth rate got $50. And then they also got to pick from Connelly's, the 2019 Connelly's.
Yeah.
So they got to pick from Raven, Kyle Rayner, the Ghost Rider, Million BC, Starro, Thanos Copter, whatever. And then 9 through 16 also got to pick from Connelly's between 2018 and 2019. And one of the prizes was a set of month 1 and month 2 OP kit from Regenesis, which I think somebody picked early because
Keish got that one.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, that's better than getting
good pull, buddy.
Yeah,
good pull.
Some of the other ones. So, but Jonah getting 9th got the Ghost Rider Mammoth. That's freaking solid.
Yeah, that's.
And then somebody else got a Thanos Copter. Like, what? Really?
Isn't going just to buy that at the booth to like $30, $40?
If you can even get that.
Oh, so what? So didn't I hear somewhere that like 2019 Connelly's they're
like sold out? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because obviously they have to keep a certain amount for Worlds.
Yeah.
So they were like sold out. Certain things were sold out, and then because they have to cut it off, because if not, they're just probably going to go through their whole thing. So they got to save some for. Either got to save some for Worlds, or they got to wait to make more. But then once they do that, it's like it's done. Like I don't think they're going to make any more. So whatever they have left is what they have left. So these are that's why a year later, Starro is still worth more than what you paid for probably.
Yeah.
Because it's a popular, and they probably just didn't make that much. And he's still good. Starro's still good. So. Yeah. So I don't know.
I like the format.
Our next event's going to be December 7th, but we will have trials leading up to that starting probably October. And then we'll have a solid 2 months to do trials. We're going to get as many as we can because we want to get a bigger turnout. I would like to get over 40 this next one.
Let's do it.
If we can do a 2K, that'll be better, but we're going to actually be doing kits too. So we have 2 maps now. We have the Tron map, the Light Cycle, arena, and then the next one's the Ice Planet, which is based off of Hoth. So that one, the places that are going to be running it, they're going to have a choice between 1, 2, and 4 maps. If you get one map, you're either going to choose either the Tron or the Hoth map. If you get two maps, you're going to get one of each. If you get four, you're going to get two of each. And that's going to be priced separately and differently, on top of us giving out like the Dyson tokens, on top of the free entry first round buy, blah blah blah. We'll try to keep the price point pretty low. The entry would be the recommended would be $15 or more, depending on the store's supplemental pricing. If you want.
And attendance and stuff.
Yeah,
and
based off attendance. So if you feel like a store is going to get a lot, then you should probably get 4. If you feel like you're going to get a little as your first one, just get 1. So it's basically like a winner map.
Yeah.
But we'll have all that's all set. We're just going to be ordering based off of how many kits we can move.
Sounds good.
We also unveiled our brick box.
I know, those are flying off the shelf this weekend, dude.
And
people are loving them.
What's his name? Rob.
Oh my God, Rob
The first
the God
one.
pack.
Oh my God, the guy's he opened his brick box and he got a Chase Sunfire from Uncanny X-Men and a Chase Iceman from Xavier, and the little theme team pack that we make in there. He got the Kid Gladiator super rare.
Nice.
So and that was the Shi'ar pack.
And there's a Shi'ar Ellie in there too.
Yeah, Shi'ar. Yeah. So it was definitely. He was like, I'm not complaining at all.
Definitely.
He's like, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, and we had our tokens in there. We had there was an ID card.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he had a Phoenix Force fragment in there too. You're either gonna get a team-based Phoenix Force fragment or map.
Okay, nice.
So
very cool.
Yeah, it was X-Men theme. So yeah, we sold a few. That will be coming up soon. There's gonna be some unboxings that's gonna go out to a couple people.
I know Rob was too quick to open his. He got too excited. I know Michael's ready to go do it, and then he's like, "I'm done." I'm like,
"Yeah, like, oh man, we
Robert."
Missed it. But it was a success. Definitely, we overshot it.
Yeah, 35 people, man. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I was hoping 25, and we got 10 more. So that, really appreciative of everybody's help. You especially coming down, doing the stream, taking those amazing pictures. Alex and Michael, Alex judging, handling everything. Michael handling the store.
Yeah. And
just everybody being good sports, and we didn't have I don't think we had any problems of sportsmanship. That's really cool.
I didn't hear anyone yelling. I didn't hear anyone throwing a fit because they couldn't roll dice. Everyone was super chill, having a good time.
Yeah. Because also, you get to play everything.
Yeah.
And you're also probably playing something different every round too. So you're like, oh wow, what's this one now? Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting this. Let's see what happens.
Instead of playing the same 3 cosmic teams every round.
Oh, it's funny. I was looking at some event. They posted the top 8, and 6 out of the 8 teams were cosmic, and then the other 2 were cosmic based, just with a random figure on there to break team. Oh, side note, Beta Ray Bill, trader astronomer, won an event with 15 people. It was a
national championship over there.
Where at?
The Philippines.
Why do they say SCA?
Because that's the Southeast Asian. It's the Southeast Asian Championship, so it covers like that whole region. But it was just being held in Manila.
I was not getting the acronym on that one.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. But
and I know him too. JV, he won. So congrats, JV.
Nice.
He was. He's like their best player over there, and he's won with Beta Ray Bill before. So I'm glad he with this one. So that's cool. Cool. So.
Yeah, that's.
All right. Well, I guess that's all we have, right?
Man, it's like the shortest episode we've done in a long time.
That's all. Well, I mean, we went a little over an hour.
Yeah.
Because there was really nothing else going on, so we just talked about our event.
Talked about the important stuff.
Yeah. So, World's coming up next week. We can do the next. We'll do our little preview. No, it's next week.
Isn't it the first weekend in?
So
we got to get through
no. Yeah, it's next week. So
5th, right?
It's next Wednesday, I think, or Thursday. So it's
10
a week.
Days.
It's a week and a half.
Yeah.
So next week.
Yeah.
But we'll do our little preview, I guess, and talk about it on Monday. Next Monday.
Yeah. what we expect to see. I'm sure you'll have some of the writers doing up some of their teams.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have a sealed primer for Team Worlds, which is what PJ's doing. Dan's gonna be writing a strategy article for Worlds because the team he's playing is the same, so it's not. Paris will be doing an article. I'll be getting rankings from Will Gordon, and then Pedro's gonna do a Fridge Force article regarding Worlds. Something maybe you can play that's outside of the box, you know. And I think that's it. And Adam's going to be writing an article on Q, which could be very impactful for Worlds.
Yeah, I definitely think Q is going to show up, especially with that new rule we found out about the die manipulation after all the probs. So
yeah.
Oh, so one thing with the Q, sorry, that a debate that I saw online, and people were trying to argue about who gets to replace the die first and when does a die replacement happen. And people were, they couldn't figure it out, and I had to move on to something else at that point. So the die replacement happens after the probs, right?
Yeah.
And then whoever the active player is
decides.
So say there's a 3 on the table, active player wants that to be a 5.
I say,
and then the other person has like a 3 on there.
What you would do is, so you're the active player, we both have Q. You say, okay, we both have an effect that can change the die rolls. We're done from the prob stage.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say, okay, well, I want you to resolve your Q manipulation first.
Okay.
So then I say, I'm going to change that to a 3. Then you can go ahead and change that to a 5.
So
because you're the active player.
So what if you want to change their? So what if the active player? They don't have to change it though. So
they don't want. So if they don't want to, they pass on that opportunity.
So the active player changes it to a 5, right? And then doesn't it go back to be manipulated again by the other Q, and they want to change the 5 back to their 3? Because they're not changing the 3 anymore. They're now changing the 5.
Yeah, but you have. So there's, I believe there's one chance for you to do it.
Okay. So
there's not. I don't, unless they do otherwise, but. Okay, I have a 3, you have a 5.
Mm-hmm.
You roll a hit. You're not going to prob it, obviously.
Yes.
So then it goes to me. Like, if it hits, I'm going to replace it with a 3. Then you can go ahead and change it to a 5.
Yeah.
So that's how it works, right?
So there's no chance to change that 5 again after it's been manipulated? Like once the die's been manipulated, you can't change it?
Unless there's
they have another
effect.
Q.
Yeah, unless they have another effect, yeah.
Okay. So then instead of changing the initial number, you could change the second number.
So yeah, I believe that's how it works because you have to give a like a window for them to do something. So like you're the active player. You say, do you want to change a die?
Okay.
Because you're the person that says, I want to resolve this first or whatever.
You want to resolve the attack roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'll change a 3. Now I believe that's how it is. I don't know how they're gonna do this, but let's say it was reversed. Let's say you have a 3 and I have a 5. Or no, I'm sorry. Let's say it's the same scenario. I have a 3, you have a 5, but you missed the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you pass it to me, I'm not going to replace the die.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to say no. Then you say, well, okay, cool. Then I'm going to replace it with a 5.
Boom.
But now the question would be, do I have a chance to change it back to a 3?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because you wouldn't be changing the initial number.
Yeah.
You'd be changing the replacement number.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Does it say what does does it say you can't change like initial numbers or what I mean what's the actual wording on him? Right, because that matters like
so at the beginning when a character within range rolls an attack roll or a roll for super sense, you remove the d6 from this card and replace a die on it in the roll.
When a character within rolls an attack roll, you may remove this and replace a die in that roll.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could do it multiple times.
Yeah. So
because
it's going to be a lot of weird.
You're replacing, and I'm replacing, and then you're replacing back.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of weird role interactions with that and the timing. So hopefully they can figure that out.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting. Yeah. Okay. Now that will be an interesting.
Right.
Ruling. Yeah.
So.
That would be. I don't know how that would work because I don't know if I pass my opportunity to replace it, and then you replace it, does that mean I can't go back and say, "Oh, let me replace it now," or is it too late?
It's like a different thing though, because it's now something else. So yeah.
Yeah, but the effect. But I believe the effect you have to
resolve it first.
You have to resolve. So I don't know how that because this is the same thing as the prob. Mm-hmm. Because then now you're gonna replace it and you say, whoa, wait, I want to prob it now.
But you can't.
We already passed that step.
Okay.
So like for here, is there a step where we passed with me doing my dice replacement? Like, did I already pass that to you?
Yeah. Is there a point of no return for that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to know. Is there a point where I say, well, if you pass it, you can't do it anymore? Or is it free flowing where I could go back and forth?
Yeah.
Because like one of the things is like, let's say there's a probability me and you both have prob.
Yeah.
If you roll a hit and I decide, but you really need to roll doubles.
Mm-hmm.
Will you opt to prob before I prob you? Like, will you say, you know what? I'm gonna prob I'm gonna prob because I need to roll doubles, right? Let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get to, then you roll the prob, then I get to prob, right? I get to prob your roll.
But it would be pointless. Well, see.
Okay, here's what I'm asking. Here's what I'm saying. Let's say you rolled a 5 and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
But in your mind, you really need to roll a 5 and a 5. Because you need to roll some knockback for some reason. Because you want to click the Phoenix Rise, whatever. So you hit, though. Do you tell me, well, do you want to prob it? If I say no, then you go, okay, cool, then I'm going to prob it. So then you prob into a 5-5. Now, do I get to say, okay, well, I'm going to prob that now? Or did we already pass it?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that would be a thing.
Yeah,
because that can happen where you're
exactly.
Like, do you want to or not?
Oh, I lost your audio, bud.
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So now, can I not go back and do it? Right.
Yeah. So that's a good question. I don't know the answer. Alex might. He's very well knowledgeable in these things.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, well.
Yeah. Do you know?
That'll be a discussion for next
if there's
week.
A point. Yeah. Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I think when things pass priority, you can't go back. But we don't know. I don't know if there's anything in there. I guess we got to look at the rule book. If there's anything that says we can, if it's a free flowing thing, until we're all done, or once you pass that priority,
it's passed.
Is it passed?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I will look into that. That'll be my homework for the week.
Yeah, or maybe someone knows out there.
Yeah, leave it in the comment section. Let us know. But
I'm sure Brandon Chastain will know.
Yes,
he's the judge extraordinaire. And shout out to Brandon. Thanks for listening, man. Because I really
always appreciate it.
He's always giving some good insight on the comments. And also Ernie, thanks for listening.
And I'm working on the iTunes things. And Jonah. Oh, yeah. All the NorCal guys for listening. Yeah, and Emilio, he said he listened, so thank you. Yeah. But I am working on the iTunes things. It keeps saying I have test content, and I don't. So I'm in the process of contacting them to try and get it up on iTunes.
Sorry, Malcolm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have, man.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So next week is our we'll do the World's preview. news report or the tournament report, news report, whatever, of the 1K is up there, so you guys can look at the list. The pictures are up there too of the players. And also, if you look at the forum, if you just want to look, I will be listing all top 16 teams. So if you are interested in the Bronze Age format, you can see what they are, what the list is, and then
definitely gives you guys some good ideas to kind of see what's out there, something you want to try.
There's a lot, man. It's the world is your oyster. So, all right, and with that, I guess until next time, guys. When in doubt, perplex the attack.
Don't forget to practice rolling your dice. Take it easy.